Yes. Golf X Yu-Gi-Oh! X, I don't know. Shonen shit. Birdie Wing is what happens when you take the most boring sport of all time and inject it full.
Wait, this isn't about cup stacking.
Cup stacking is not. Well, wait.
This isn't about poker.
I'm pretty sure golf trumps those.
And being boring?
Yes.
I don't know, man. I've seen people play poker. They just...
Yeah, but it's about the cards that are on the table. Golf, half the time, you're just watching... The only exciting thing about golf is when they hit the ball. Most of the time in golf is walking.
Touche. Touche, anyway.
Yeah, anyway. Birdie Wing is what happens when you take golf and inject it full of so much anime juice that, like, there's special attacks and, like, magic prosthetics and transforming golf stadiums that are used for private black market golf betting.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. That's...
And there's a whole golf school.
There's multiple.
Multiple golf schools in Japan for some reason.
Japan loves golf.
I don't know if that's the case.
I played it in one of the Yakuza games, so it must be true.
I think Japan loves baseball more than golf, but regardless, this show is absurd. And it's absurd in basically the best way possible. So, our main character, Eve, is from God knows where. Nefris, which is clearly European. She's got the blonde hair, blue eyes thing going on. She participates in illegal golf gambling to make money for her found family of old lady who runs a bar, gunpla obsessed girl, and 3 small children.
Who were constantly in goblin mode.
They are awful. I'm glad that they didn't even show up the last time we saw them.
Yeah.
They're just nowhere to be found.
They had names, I think.
I don't remember.
I don't know if we could ever attribute any of them to them.
No, it's not going to happen. I don't even remember the 2 other people in her family, so it doesn't matter. But basically, the gist of it is Eve got trained by a really super special, awesome golf guy who wears his jacket like
an anime.
Yeah, and he's got scars from God knows what.
Golf.
And he taught her to basically be ruthless, and that's just how she plays golf. So, but
play golf like you're shooting a gun.
And shoot your opponents with golf. And she ends up at a course and, like, crushes some girl and then meets Aoi, who is a Japanese golf prodigy who has the blood of 2 great golfers because that's how that shit works. But
golf is genetic.
But she legitimately loves the sport. She loves to play golf, and she paints Pac-Man on all of her golf balls. And calls them Pac-Kun.
Yeah.
Bandai Namco is all over this. Hence the Gun Plus.
But yeah, so they have a match because of reasons. And then Eve gets wrapped up in Yakuza business.
It's not Yakuza because it's
Mafia business, I'm sorry.
Yes, it's important.
There's a difference.
Because these people can have guns.
Yeah, but I don't think they do.
No, they bring out a rocket launcher. Someone brings out a rocket launcher.
You're right, they do.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah, but that happens in Yakuza as well.
Fair. But anyway, it's a lot harder to get a rocket launcher in...
Anyway, the Mafia wants this plot of land to build a casino?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Or a shopping mall, one of the two.
Yeah.
It's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So, the Mafia's infighting on who gets to build the casino, and they bring in Eve to be their ringer, and she fights a snake lady
Who has no emotion.
And she has, like, scent magic.
Yeah.
She unzips her top and, like, the pheromones mess with people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, well, Eve figures it out after, like, 40 holes or something like that. And then she wins, so her mafia boss gets to, build the casino. And then they find out the casino where they're building it is where Eve lives.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets really mad, so she signs up with the other golf mafia man.
Yeah.
And,
in cahoots with said snake lady.
yeah, they become friends.
Sort of.
Allies.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. Anyway, so she's got to fight the former student of her master, who has a cyborg arm, the Millennium forearm,
which she can still golf without.
Yeah, it's real good actually.
It's pretty fucking dumb.
And meanwhile, okay, so Eve's golf style is hit it in a straight line,
even through trees.
Even through trees. And then she goes, and since she misses the meeting with Aoi, she finds her in the virtual golf world. And off screen, she learns a new special move, the purple bullet,
purple Aoi bullet, I believe,
something like that. Anyway, it's a slice. She can now curve the balls.
She hasn't used it since.
She uses it one time when the mafia's like, okay, we know her style. Put a mountain in between her and the hole. And then she's like, check out this purple bullet. And she eventually wins because the Millennium arm finally gives out. And
at that point, it's basically over.
Yeah, so I think they get a whole bunch of money, and and the family has to relocate, and then they go to Japan.
Well, Eve goes to Japan.
Well, yeah,
Eve is like, I gotta find my girlfriend, because like Aoi and Eve have like immediate chemistry, and it's
the 48-incher.
It's great. Yeah. We also forgot to mention that they were Eve and Aoi were supposed to have a special match that was missed because of the first Mafia match.
Yeah.
Which then turned out to be a bad idea, so then she had to go in for a second Mafia match. But it gave her the means to finally chase down the girl of her dreams.
And her 48-incher.
Yes. Which she uses to ram it in. Dude, this show is filled with innuendo. It's great.
So yeah, Eve goes to Japan and then joins the golf school. And they're now into a tournament between all the golf schools, and it's a doubles.
Yep, we forgot there was like a special training arc, which really was just an episode where they basically golfed for like 24 hours. And
oh yeah, they did that, didn't they?
Yeah.
And the one person training them just kicks the ball into the bunker like that. Now get out.
Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, now we've got all these new rivals, such as the discount versions of them. One of them has a stand.
Yes, she does. It's basically Zawardo, as the entire environment goes photo negative.
Yeah, and just time stops is great. And then there's another rival who apparently inherited Aoi's dad's golf. Somehow.
Yeah, most likely actually being taught by them, because you don't inherit this shit via genetics. I don't know why Japan thinks that genetics even matter in golf.
And then there's like two girls who we look at and we're like, I don't know if that's a girl or a guy. And it took me like a bunch of time to realize that there were two of them and not just one.
Yeah.
Because I'm not very observant, I guess.
Yeah, well, they've entered the girls' golf scene Um, and, yeah. I think my favorite part, honestly, of all of this is it's the music when they golf. Because, like, everyone's got their own, essentially, theme. And I love Eve's because it's just, like, I wouldn't say hard rock, because of course it isn't, but, like, it goes a lot harder than anyone else's, because she's just basically fucking smashing it.
Yeah.
And, Aui's is, like, more uplifting and kind of fluttery. And everyone else has one, but we don't see them golf enough for me to really pick up on it. But it's one of those things that just, it's just one of those parts of the presentation that's really fun. But, yeah, this show is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's not as dumb as Bento. Bento's really dumb.
I mean, it's more absurd than Bento, but it's not necessarily dumber.
No, Bento was really dumb. Remember the Pride of the Wolves?
Okay, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm saying this is more absurd.
Yeah, and I'm saying Bento was dumber.
What I said after that was that not necessarily dumber than Bento. There's a difference between the absurdity and the stupidity.
You see, I'm not saying that Bento was more absurd.
Okay, but then you started to argue with me, and I'm like, I'm literally agreeing with you.
I don't know, man. It sounds like you're arguing with me.
Because I'm just trying to make the point, because you're like, because I said absurd, and you're like, no, Bento's dumber, and I'm like, well, those are two different words.
No, they're the same word. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Regardless,
Let's throw numbers at it.
Fine. Birdie Wing plot. I mean, it has a real plot. This is the first one in a while where the plot kind of matters.
Didn't we just do Desert Punk?
The plot to Desert Punk was kind of,
Yeah, but the plot mattered.
It did matter eventually, but it felt like... I feel like this one was very plot-centric. It's just everything about it was golf.
Sure, why not?
I'm
not feeling anything more than a 3, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fine. Characters.
I mean, it has them.
Eve and Aoi, I think, are aces. And the supporting cast is fine, but they don't really matter.
I can't name a single one of them.
Well, I mean, Vampire Lady was a blast, because she would just stand there with the same look on her face during most situations. I guess a 4. I think Aoi and Eve really prop it up, whereas, like, the competitors are kind of one-dimensional.
They've got more than one dimension. They've got a dimension?
Yeah, it's a straight line.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Give it 4, I don't care.
Alright, animation. I'll be honest, I want to hit this show with a 5. I think this show is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, the robots in the background.
Alright, yeah, but every anime has that part where it's like, it's time to turn down the animation a little bit. But I think when, like, the golf poses are definitely accurate, it's got a lot of really nice wallpapers. And I don't know, I think this show looks great, despite the fact that it is clearly made cheap.
I think it looks fine. I don't know if I feel like giving it a 5. I feel like 4 is fair.
Alright, fine. 4. Genre strength. As a Yu-Gi-Oh! It's pretty strong.
But how about as a sports?
Man, I don't... You think I watch sports anime? This is the only way that anyone could make golf interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm not gonna watch one of those typical sports anime that's like... Watch these live young boys swim. I'm not interested. Because I don't care about swimming.
What about the tennis one?
I don't know anything about that.
You don't know about the Prince of Tennis?
I've heard about the Prince of Tennis.
He's
It
a
sounds
prince.
really bad.
He's a prince.
Everything they say about the Prince of Tennis sounds really, really bad. Like, he's like one of the worst human beings on the planet.
Oh, okay, fine. What about Ashita no Joe?
I don't know what that is.
That's a boxing one.
Okay, I've only watched Hajime no Ippo, which is pretty cool. But, yeah. I guess if we're gonna bridge the gap, I think it's an Aces Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's a decent sports anime. It's not focusing on the sport. The sport is kind of it's the conveyor for things, but like it's not going into the nitty gritty, like something like Hajime no Ippo, which goes into boxing shit. This isn't really. This just loves to be like, wow, these people golf like other people. It's got that Naruto effect going on, where people are inheriting from the last generation, and also keep talking about their golf like the heart of the cards.
Yeah, I mean, this is my golf.
Like it's my ninja way. Like it's getting a little ridiculous. So honestly, I would, in my opinion, I don't think this is really even a sports anime. It's got the veneer. It's got the veneer of a sports anime, but it's very clearly something else.
Yeah, sure, why not?
And if that's the case, it's either 4 or 5. I'm leaning towards a 5. I think it's strong. Do you like think about how much we sat there and laughed at how stupid the show was getting? But that's what it's doing.
It's kind of losing me at the high school arc. To be
Well,
honest.
because it ended halfway through it.
No,
We
I
haven't
mean-
gotten to the completely absurd stakes of the
No,
high
we
school
were at the
arc.
mafia. We
we
went downhill from there.
But
We're not doing this like
But we're-
field change anymore.
But we're halfway through. Lord knows there's going to be if the mafia can afford transforming golf courses, that shit's coming back.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It is definitely not.
No, it totally
Well, if
is.
it comes back, we can give it a 5. Until then, it's a 4.
Oh, fuck off. Fine. Didn't do a dub. Special mention.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks that there was so much time between, because I feel like we would have had stronger feelings and opinions about these things if there wasn't such a big gap.
I mean, my 2 favorite jokes are still the 48-incher and the Millennium Arm.
I mean, the
Because that one comes out of nowhere. It's
I have a prosthetic arm. Because we were sitting there, because I was making jokes about, like, yeah, this is Golf Yu-Gi-Oh! And we were sitting there, we're like, well, where are the Millennium items? We need Millennium items. And then all of a sudden, this lady's arm shatters, and we're like, well, there's the Millennium Arm. But, I mean...
Those are just the 2 takeaways that I'm going to remember from the show in a month.
I'll be honest, I think Aoi's 48-incher encompasses an entire series of jokes, which the show kind of runs with. This entire show is about, like, it can be about all the golf in the world, but it's really about the budding romance of Eve and Aoi. This show is full of Yuri bait, and it's funny because it actually works because of, like, the culture difference that they can pretend exists, because Eve is from Nefreese.
Yeah, you know, Nefreese.
Nefreese sounds like a fucking city in Ace Combat. Anyway, yeah, let's give it to that. Aoi's, not Oppies. Who was Oppie?
Oh, it's your phone.
Yeah, that's... I guess we should probably say the 48-incher, I think, is referring to her driver.
Yeah. Yeah,
The golf club.
Did that... Oh, wow, that's not just a word.
Yeah, no, I was like... Yeah, no, there were people who were probably even less familiar with golf than... Because I know a little bit about golf because my mom was into golf, so, like, some of this stuff doesn't hit me in the way that, like, someone who's never been familiar with golf would deal with. But, yeah, did we even talk about the mini-putt fucking fight?
No, we skipped that entirely.
There was a goddamn mini-putt competition, which might be the dumbest thing of, like, the dumbest, most obvious place to go at some point was to have these professional golfers engage in mini-golf. But anyway, yeah, how much do you want to give for Aui's 48-incher? I'll be honest, it's pretty solid. As a joke.
Yeah, give it 2 then.
Alright. So that puts us at 17.
Woo!
It's not bad.
I think that's what? Bronze medal?
It's tied with Suddenly Egyptian Gods.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I believe puts it in, wait, what the fuck got a 21?
Lulico.
Oh, shit. Alright, well that puts it tied for, like, 4th, I guess, technically. I think that's how that works.
No, it's tied for bronze.
But I've heard it as, like, if 2 people tie, they tie for the lower spot.
Oh, I just assume that if 2 people tie, the person lower than them is the lower spot from that.
Well, they do get the lower spot, but my point is that when they both tie, it's like, well, there's no 3rd place because no one definitively got 3rd place. So they're technically tied at 4th. Anyway, that doesn't fucking matter. We'll see you guys later.
Alright, see ya.